Life is full of challenges, and sometimes it feels like everything is spinning out of control. But what if I told you there's a way to remain calm, strong, and unshakable no matter what life throws at you? That's the power of Stoicism. For centuries, the ancient Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus mastered the art of inner peace, and their teachings are just as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. In a world that constantly tests your limits, Stoicism gives you the tools to rise above the chaos and live a life of purpose and resilience. Whether it's dealing with stress, managing relationships, or finding your path, the Stoic mindset can transform the way you approach everything. So, if you've ever felt overwhelmed or stuck, this is the moment to take control. Today, I'm sharing practical Stoic strategies to help you level up your life, step by step. Before we get started, if you appreciate what we're doing here, a simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit that subscribe button and don't skip any part of the video because every strategy builds on the last. Let's dive in. Strategy 1. Make yourself a priority. I know what you might be thinking. Life's busy. You've got responsibilities, people to take care of, work piling up. But here's the truth. If you don't make yourself a priority, no one else will. You've probably heard the phrase, "You can't pour from an empty cup," right? Well, it's true. If you're constantly putting yourself last, eventually you'll run out of energy, focus, and even motivation. Making yourself a priority doesn't mean being selfish. It means making sure you're in the best shape, physically, mentally, and emotionally, to show up fully for the people and things that matter to you. Start small. Take a few minutes each morning just for yourself. Whether that's meditating, writing down your goals, or simply taking a deep breath and setting an intention for the day, it's your time. Begin with self-affirmations. Yeah, I know, it can feel awkward standing in front of the mirror and saying, "I am worthy," or "I rise above challenges." But trust me, over time, your mind starts to believe what you repeatedly tell it. This isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It's about rewiring your brain for long-term resilience and confidence. Another crucial part of making yourself a priority is setting boundaries. We all have people or situations that drain our energy, and learning to say no to what doesn't serve you is a game changer. It frees up space for the things that actually matter, the things that energize and inspire you. You're not a backup character in your own story. When you prioritize yourself, you create the foundation for everything else in your life to thrive. And guess what? The better you take care of yourself, the more you can give back to others. It's a win-win. So today, start asking yourself, how can I make my needs a priority? And what small steps can I take to make sure I'm not running on empty? Strategy 2. Enhance your appearance. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is all about vanity, stick with me. There's a lot more depth here than you might realize. Enhancing your appearance isn't about conforming to society's beauty standards or obsessing over every little detail. It's about showing up as the best version of yourself, and that starts with how you present yourself to the world. Think about it. When you feel good about how you look, it boosts your confidence. And when you're confident, you walk a little taller, speak with more assurance, and approach challenges with more strength. It's not just about looking sharp, it's about feeling sharp. But here's the key. This isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. Find a style that feels like you, whether that's a sleek suit, a casual vibe, or something totally unique. It's about wearing what makes you feel comfortable and confident. Your personal style is an extension of who you are, and when you align your outer appearance with how you feel inside, everything clicks. And let's not forget the simple things: regular grooming, keeping your clothes neat, standing up straight. These small details send a message: not just to the world, but to yourself, that you respect who you are. This isn't about spending a ton of money or keeping up with trends. It's about self-respect. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and your appearance is one of those things. When you take care of yourself on the outside, it often reflects how you're feeling on the inside. And trust me, this isn't about trying to impress others. It's about how you show up for yourself. When you dress in a way that feels true to who you are, you reinforce your sense of self-worth. You're telling yourself and the world, I'm here and I'm ready. So, take a moment to think. How can you enhance your appearance in a way that feels right for you? Maybe it's trying a new hairstyle or simply paying a little more attention to the way you carry yourself. Whatever it is, make it a reflection of the confidence you're building inside. Strategy 3. Keep a smile on your face. I get it. Some days are tough, and the last thing you might feel like doing is smiling. But here's the thing. Your smile is more powerful than you realize. It's not just about looking friendly. Smiling actually has a direct impact on your mood and your brain chemistry. When you smile, even if you're not feeling particularly happy, your brain releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. It's like a little mood boost that you can trigger anytime. And the best part, it works even if you have to fake it at first. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should walk around grinning like everything's perfect when it's not. Stoicism teaches us that life isn't about ignoring challenges, but about controlling our responses to them. Smiling in difficult situations doesn't mean you're pretending everything is fine. It means you're choosing your attitude in the face of adversity. It's about deciding to bring a bit of positivity into your day, no matter what's going on around you. That little smile can shift your mindset and help you stay calm and focused when things get rough. Here's where it gets even better. Your smile has a ripple effect. When you smile at someone, they're likely to smile back, even if they don't realize it. It's contagious. Think about how a simple smile from a stranger can brighten your day. You have that same power to spread positivity, whether it's at work, with friends, or even during a stressful situation. And hey, smiling even changes the way you sound. Try it next time you're on the phone. People can actually hear the difference in your voice when you're smiling. So, how do you make this a habit? Start your day with a smile, even before you get out of bed. Smile in the mirror when you're getting ready, and try to find moments throughout the day to smile, even if it's just at yourself. Over time, it becomes natural. Remember, smiling isn't about ignoring life's challenges. It's about tackling them with the strength and positivity that Stoicism teaches us. A smile is one of the simplest, most effective tools you have, so use it. Trust me, it can make a bigger difference than you think. Strategy 4. Maintain a sense of kindness while limiting contact. Here's the reality. There are always going to be people in your life who drain your energy or who don't have your best interests at heart. It could be a co-worker, a distant friend, or even a family member. But here's the key. Just because someone is difficult or negative doesn't mean you have to be. You can stay kind while protecting your peace by setting boundaries. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm and centered, no matter how others behave. And part of that means knowing when to step back. Being kind doesn't mean letting people walk all over you. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Kindness is about showing respect to others and yourself. You can be kind and still say no when someone is asking too much of you. You can wish someone well but keep them at arm's length if they're constantly negative or draining your energy. It's a balance between staying true to your values and protecting your own well-being. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to your time or your emotions, especially if it's costing you your peace. Here's how you do it. Set clear boundaries with people. You don't have to explain yourself or feel guilty for putting your needs first. It's okay to limit contact with those who are toxic or constantly draining you. That doesn't mean you're being harsh or unkind. It just means you're choosing to spend your energy wisely. Stoicism teaches us that we can only control ourselves, not others. And sometimes the best way to stay in control is to limit our exposure to people who bring negativity into our lives. The beautiful thing about maintaining kindness while setting boundaries is that it actually helps you avoid unnecessary conflict. You're not lashing out or being defensive. You're calmly and respectfully protecting your own space. When you do that, you not only protect your energy but also set an example for others. People will start to understand that your kindness doesn't mean you'll always say yes or tolerate negativity. So the next time you feel drained by someone's presence or overwhelmed by their demands, remind yourself that it's okay to limit contact, stay kind, but keep your distance when necessary. After all, Stoicism isn't about cutting people off. It's about managing your relationships in a way that brings out the best in both you and the people around you. Boundaries are an act of self-care, and when you take care of yourself, you're in a better position to show genuine kindness to others. Strategy 5. Remain calm in stressful situations. We've all been there. Deadlines are looming, your phone won't stop buzzing, and it feels like everything is piling up at once. It's easy to let stress take over, but here's the thing. Staying calm in the middle of chaos is your superpower. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control external events, we have complete control over how we respond to them. Stressful situations are going to happen, but how you react to them, that's entirely within your hands. When you stay calm, you keep your mind clear and your emotions in check, and that's when you make your best decisions. Think about it. When you're panicking or overwhelmed, it's hard to think straight, right? But when you take a deep breath, slow things down, and focus on what you can control, you suddenly gain a sense of clarity. One of the easiest ways to tap into this calmness is through your breath. Seriously, the next time you feel stress creeping in, try this. Take a deep breath in for 4 counts, hold it for 4, and then exhale for 4. You'll be amazed at how something so simple can instantly calm your nerves. Another powerful Stoic technique is to reframe the situation. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Often the answer is no. By putting the situation in perspective, you can immediately reduce its power over you. Sure, it might be stressful in the moment, but if it's not going to have a long-term impact, is it really worth getting worked up about? When you zoom out like that, it helps to remind you of what's really important and what you can let go of. One of the core ideas in Stoicism is to focus on what's within your control. In any stressful situation, there's always a part of it you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude. You can't control if the project deadline gets moved up, but you can control how you manage your time. You can't control if someone else is being difficult, but you can control how you respond to them. By channeling your energy into the things you can influence, you stop wasting energy on things that are outside of your control. Remaining calm doesn't mean you're ignoring the stress or pretending everything is fine. It means you're choosing to face the stress with a clear, focused mind. It's about being steady when things around you are unstable. And let me tell you, people notice when you stay calm under pressure. They trust you more, they're drawn to your calm energy, and they look to you for guidance. So, the next time life throws you into a stressful situation, pause, breathe, and focus on what's within your power. Not only will you handle the situation better, but you'll also feel more in control of your own mind and emotions, just like the Stoics taught. Strategy 6. Set your course. In a world that's constantly trying to tell you what to do, who to be, and how to live, Setting your own course is an act of rebellion. It's about taking control of your life and steering it in the direction you want, not where others are pushing you. But here's the thing. Setting your course isn't just about chasing your dreams or doing whatever feels good in the moment. It's about aligning your life with your values, those things that matter to you on a deeper level. So, the first step? Get clear on what your core values are. What really matters to you? Is it freedom, creativity, family, growth? Whatever it is, those values become your compass. They help guide your decisions and keep you grounded when things get tough. If you're not sure what your values are, take some time to think about the moments when you felt most fulfilled or proud of yourself. Chances are, those experiences were in line with your core values. Once you know what truly drives you, it's easier to stay on course because you're not being swayed by distractions or other people's expectations. Next, set goals that are true to you. And I'm not talking about goals that look good on paper or goals that others think you should have. I mean authentic, meaningful goals that get you excited and align with your values. Success looks different for everyone, and it's easy to get caught up chasing someone else's version of it. But Stoicism teaches us to live according to our own principles, not society's expectations. So ask yourself, what does success look like for you? What do you want your life to look like 5 or 10 years from now? Here's the thing. Setting your course isn't always comfortable. It often means stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing the unknown. Growth happens when you challenge yourself, and that can feel pretty uncomfortable at times. But here's where Stoicism comes in. Stoics remind us that discomfort is where real growth happens. The obstacles you face? They're not roadblocks. They're opportunities to get better, stronger, and more resilient. So when you're charting your own course, be prepared to embrace some discomfort along the way. It's all part of the process, and don't forget, this is a journey, not a race. Setting your course doesn't mean you have to figure everything out right now or have every step planned perfectly. Life changes, and so will your path. The important thing is to keep moving forward, stay curious, and be willing to adapt when necessary. Keep learning, keep growing, and be open to the idea that your course might shift as you discover more about yourself and the world around you. Trust your gut. While it's great to get advice from others, no one knows you better than you do. Your intuition is often a reflection of your values, experiences, and goals, so learn to trust it. The Stoics believed that wisdom comes from within, and that's something you should carry with you as you set your course. You have the ability to navigate your own life, and when you stay true to who you are, you'll find that the path you create is the one that leads to the most fulfillment. So, take the wheel, set your course, and steer your life in the direction that feels right for you. Strategy 7. Make your stand. This one is all about standing firm in who you are and what you believe in, and trust me, in today's world, that takes courage. Everywhere you turn, someone is telling you how you should think, what you should care about, and how you should live your life. But the Stoics teach us that true strength comes from within, and making your stand is about holding on to your values, even when it feels like the whole world is pulling you in another direction. Making your stand starts with knowing your values inside and out. What matters most to you? What are your non-negotiables? It could be honesty, loyalty, personal growth, or anything else that feels core to who you are. Once you're crystal clear on your values, it becomes easier to make decisions and take action that aligns with them. It's like having a solid foundation. No matter what happens around you, you know where you stand, and when challenges or disagreements arise, you don't get shaken as easily because you're grounded in something deeper than just what's happening in the moment. But here's the thing, Making your stand isn't always about shouting your beliefs from the rooftops or getting into debates with people who disagree. Sometimes it's as simple as living in a way that reflects your values. Your actions speak louder than words. If honesty is one of your values, live that in your daily life. If kindness is a priority for you, show it through your actions, even when it's hard. People notice when someone walks their talk, and that kind of integrity can be more powerful than any argument or speech. And let's be real, sometimes standing firm in your beliefs means standing alone. That can be tough. We all want to feel accepted, and it's easy to go along with the crowd to avoid conflict. But Stoicism teaches us that it's better to be true to yourself and your values than to fit in at the cost of your integrity. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." It's a reminder that growth and strength often come from moments when you're willing to stand out, even if it makes you unpopular or misunderstood. You don't have to fight every battle, though. Part of making your stand is knowing when to speak up and when to let things go. Not every situation requires you to dig in your heels. Pick your battles wisely. Focus on the ones that truly matter to you. It's okay to let small things slide if they don't compromise your core values. The Stoics remind us to conserve our energy for the things that really count, and that's a skill worth mastering. So, how do you start making your stand? Begin by getting clear on what you believe in. Then, make small, consistent choices that reflect those beliefs. Over time, you'll find that your actions become an unshakable reflection of your values, and that kind of strength and consistency is magnetic. People will respect you more, not just for what you believe, but for how you live those beliefs every day. And more importantly, you'll respect yourself more. So, plant your feet firmly, know what you stand for, and don't be afraid to live it, even if that means standing alone sometimes. Strategy 8. Nurture your wit. This one might seem a little surprising in a conversation about Stoicism, but humor and wit are incredibly powerful tools in life, especially when things get tough. The Stoics knew this, and while they're often seen as serious and reserved, they understood the importance of maintaining a light touch. Life can be heavy, no doubt, but nurturing your sense of humor helps you navigate challenges with grace and resilience. It's not about being a comedian or making others laugh all the time. It's about cultivating a perspective that allows you to see the lighter side of things, even when everything feels overwhelming. One of the best ways to nurture your wit is to learn to laugh at yourself. We all take ourselves a little too seriously at times, and being able to poke fun at your own quirks or mistakes shows confidence. It disarms others, puts them at ease, and, most importantly, it keeps you from getting bogged down by your own ego. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at." It's a reminder that when you can find humor in your own imperfections, life doesn't feel quite so heavy. A sense of humor also helps you keep things in perspective. When you train yourself to notice the absurdities of everyday life, the little ironies and contradictions, it becomes easier to shrug off the things that don't really matter. For example, getting stuck in traffic can either ruin your day or be something you laugh about. Maybe you missed your morning coffee and feel grumpy. Instead of spiraling into frustration, find the humor in how ridiculous it feels to let something so small impact your mood. It's all about shifting your mindset. Timing is also a key part of wit. Not every situation calls for a joke, but knowing when to inject a little humor can lighten the mood, diffuse tension, and even build stronger connections with others. Think about how much easier difficult conversations are when there's a bit of humor involved. It doesn't make the issue disappear, but it makes it more manageable. Humor shows that you're not taking everything so seriously that it breaks you. It demonstrates flexibility, and that's something people are drawn to. But here's the thing, humor doesn't just help in social situations. It's also a great coping mechanism for personal challenges. When you're going through a tough time, finding even a small bit of humor in the situation can be a game changer. It shifts the focus from how hard things are to how resilient you are for finding something to laugh about in the middle of it. It doesn't mean you're ignoring your problems. It means you're choosing to face them with a little more lightness. So how do you start nurturing your wit? Begin by observing the world around you. Life is full of odd, funny moments if you're paying attention. Read widely, different styles of writing, humor, and even philosophy. Exposure to different perspectives will help you develop your own unique brand of wit. Practice not taking yourself too seriously, and embrace those little moments where you can find humor, even in the challenges. Remember, wit isn't about being the funniest person in the room. It's about maintaining a perspective that helps you stay resilient. Life is serious enough. Having a sense of humor is a way to stay balanced and grounded, even when things get tough. So go ahead, nurture that wit. It's a small but mighty tool that can help you navigate life's ups and downs with a smile. Strategy 9. Be respectful of everyone. This might sound like common sense, but respect is often overlooked in the fast-paced, sometimes self-centered world we live in. Stoicism places a lot of value on treating others with dignity and respect, regardless of their status, opinions, or actions. And here's why this matters. When you show respect to others, it not only elevates them, but also reflects positively on you. It's about recognizing the inherent worth in every person, no matter who they are or where they come from. Being respectful doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone, or even like everyone. It's more about acknowledging their right to their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. You don't have to share someone's beliefs to treat them with courtesy. In fact, some of the most meaningful connections happen when we disagree, but still listen and respect each other's perspectives. The Stoics remind us that we can't control how others act, but we can always control how we respond. Choosing to respond with respect is a reflection of your own character, not the other person's behavior. One of the easiest ways to show respect is simply by listening. In a world where everyone is talking, it's rare to find someone who genuinely listens. But when you do, it makes a huge impact. People feel valued when you take the time to hear them out, and in turn, they're more likely to show you respect as well. It's not just about waiting for your turn to speak, but about really understanding what the other person is saying. Respect often starts with the simple act of giving someone your full attention. Another important part of being respectful is learning to disagree without being disagreeable. We're not always going to see eye to eye with everyone, and that's okay. But how we handle those disagreements speaks volumes. You can stand your ground and stick to your beliefs without being rude or dismissive. It's all about how you communicate. The Stoics were masters at this. They believed in standing firm in their principles, but doing so with calmness and reason. Next time you find yourself in a disagreement, try to remain calm and focus on the issue, not the person. You'll find that respect can diffuse tension and lead to more productive conversations. Respect also shows up in the little things, being on time, acknowledging someone's effort, or even just saying thank you. These small gestures might seem insignificant, but they add up. They show that you value the other person's time, energy, and contributions. And here's the kicker: respect is a two-way street. When you treat others with respect, you create an environment where they're more likely to return that respect. It's a powerful way to build stronger, healthier relationships in both your personal and professional life. But remember, Respect isn't about people-pleasing or being a pushover. It doesn't mean you allow others to disrespect you or trample over your boundaries. You can be firm and assertive while still being respectful. In fact, part of respecting others is also respecting yourself. Knowing when to stand up for yourself, when to set boundaries, and when to walk away from toxic situations. The Stoics believed in balance, and that includes balancing kindness and respect for others with self-respect. So, as you go through your day, look for opportunities to show respect in both big and small ways. Whether it's listening more attentively, showing up on time, or simply being polite in a difficult conversation, these acts of respect not only improve your relationships, but also make you a stronger, more grounded person. Stoicism teaches us that we're all part of a larger community, and when we respect one another, we help strengthen the bonds that keep us connected. In the end, being respectful of everyone isn't just about them. It's about creating a better, more thoughtful version of yourself. Strategy 10. Set clear parameters. Setting boundaries, or parameters, is all about knowing where your limits are and making sure others understand them too. It's easy to get caught up in trying to please everyone or overextending yourself, but without clear boundaries, you'll eventually burn out. Stoicism teaches us the importance of protecting our inner peace and focusing on what we can control. And setting clear parameters is one of the best ways to maintain that sense of control. The first step is knowing your own limits. What are you comfortable with? What are your non-negotiables? Maybe it's about how much time you spend on work, how you expect to be treated in relationships, or even simple things like not checking emails after a certain hour. Knowing your limits helps you stay aligned with your values and prevents you from taking on more than you can handle. It's about creating space for yourself to thrive, not just survive. And let's be honest, if you don't set boundaries, people will naturally push them, often without realizing it. Communicating those boundaries is key. You can't expect people to know where your lines are if you don't tell them, whether it's a work situation, a friendship, or a family dynamic. Be clear about what you're okay with and what you're not. And here's the thing. You don't have to explain or justify your boundaries. A simple, respectful no or "this doesn't work for me" is enough. When you communicate your parameters clearly, you're not being rude. You're being respectful of your own needs and energy. And most people will respect you for being upfront, even if it feels a little uncomfortable at first. One of the hardest parts of setting clear parameters is consistency. You've got to stick to the boundaries you set, or they won't mean much. If you're constantly shifting your boundaries, saying yes to things you don't want to do, or letting people cross lines you've set, it not only confuses others, but it also erodes your own sense of control. Consistency builds trust, both with yourself and with others. When you hold firm on your boundaries, people know where you stand, and over time they'll learn to respect those limits. It's not about being rigid, it's about being reliable and true to your own values. Remember, boundaries go both ways. Just as you want others to respect your limits, it's important to respect theirs too. We all have different comfort zones and capacities, and recognizing that in others helps to build stronger, healthier relationships. This mutual respect is what creates balanced, positive interactions with the people around you. And don't forget, saying no isn't selfish, it's self-care. Sometimes we feel guilty for setting boundaries, especially if it means disappointing someone. But Stoicism reminds us that we can't control how others react. We can only control our actions. If setting a boundary makes you feel more at peace, more focused, or more in line with your priorities, then it's the right decision, regardless of how others might feel about it in the moment. In the long run, Everyone benefits when you're clear about what you can and can't do. You're less likely to overcommit, feel overwhelmed, or harbor resentment, and that makes you more present and effective in the things you do say yes to. So here's the takeaway. Boundaries aren't walls that shut people out. They're guidelines that help you protect your time, energy, and peace of mind. They allow you to give your best self to the people and projects that truly matter. Start by identifying one area of your life where you need to set clearer parameters and take action. It could be as simple as not checking work emails after a certain time, or as big as establishing boundaries in a challenging relationship. Whatever it is, make sure it reflects your values and priorities, and don't be afraid to enforce it. In the end, setting clear parameters is one of the best ways to show respect for yourself and others. Strategy 11. Cut out negative energy. This might be one of the most important things you can do to level up your life. Negative energy can come from many sources: people, habits, environments, even your own thoughts. And if you're not careful, it can drain you faster than anything else. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of the things that don't serve us. Cutting out negative energy is about reclaiming your mental space and creating room for positivity, growth, and resilience. Start by taking a good, honest look at the people around you. Who lifts you up? Who drains you? Sometimes we hold on to relationships out of obligation or habit, but if someone is constantly bringing negativity into your life, it might be time to reevaluate how much access they have to your energy. This doesn't mean you need to cut people out completely, but you can set boundaries or limit your contact with those who aren't adding value to your life. The Stoics were all about quality over quantity when it came to relationships. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you in a positive way, and support your growth. But negative energy isn't just about other people. It can also come from within. Pay attention to your self-talk. Are you constantly doubting yourself, criticizing your actions, or expecting the worst? That's negative energy too. One of the most powerful things you can do is challenge those negative thoughts when they pop up. Flip the script. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, shift your focus to what could go right. Remind yourself of your strengths and be mindful of the language you use with yourself. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of controlling our internal world, and that starts with recognizing and reworking those negative thought patterns. Another source of negative energy can be your environment. Take a look around. Does your space make you feel calm and productive, or is it cluttered and chaotic? Sometimes a messy or disorganized environment can contribute to stress and negative feelings without us even realizing it. Decluttering your physical space can help clear your mind too. Create an environment that reflects the energy you want to bring into your life. Even small changes, like cleaning up your workspace or organizing your home, can make a big difference in how you feel every day. And then there are the habits. Negative energy loves to hide in time-wasting activities and unhealthy routines. Whether it's scrolling endlessly through social media, procrastinating, or neglecting your health, these habits slowly chip away at your mental and physical well-being. The key is to be intentional about where you spend your time and energy. Take an inventory of your daily habits. What's adding value and what's just draining you? Cut out what's not serving you and replace it with something more positive, like reading, exercising, or simply taking time to rest and recharge. Cutting out negative energy isn't about creating a perfect, problem-free life. It's about being intentional with your energy and focusing on the things that bring out the best in you. Sometimes that means making tough decisions, letting go of toxic relationships, breaking bad habits, or confronting your own negative thoughts. But the payoff is huge. When you clear out the negativity, you create space for growth, positivity, and a sense of peace. The Stoics believed that the quality of your life is directly tied to your ability to manage what's within your control. Negative energy might not always be something you can avoid, but how you deal with it is completely up to you. By cutting out what doesn't serve you, you free up your energy to focus on what truly matters. So, take a moment to reflect. What's the biggest source of negative energy in your life right now, and what can you do to start cutting it out? Remember, small steps lead to big changes, and by removing negativity, you're making room for a more focused, fulfilling life. Before we wrap up, remember this: your life is shaped by what you allow and what you cut out. Every decision you make to prioritize yourself, set boundaries, and protect your energy brings you one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. You have the power to control how you respond to life, and that's where true strength lies. If you're ready to keep building on these strategies, check out one of the videos suggested on the screen. It'll take you even deeper into your Stoic journey, and thank you for being a part of Stoic Journal. Stay strong, stay grounded, and keep moving forward.